People constantly ask us, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? Question was filled with possibility, like astronaut, artist, doctor, lawyer, explorer, anything was fair game. But somewhere along the way, we stopped asking that question. We grow up, get jobs, maybe follow a path that feels safe or expected. Boring. But here's a radical thought. What if that question never had an expiration date? Dun, dun, dun. What if you're still becoming, still growing, still discovering your answer, right? Being an adult or adult doesn't mean the dream is done. It means you're better equipped to chase it. Your purpose isn't tied to your age, it's tied to your willingness to pursue what sets your soul on fire. Hello. What you wanted at 8, 18, 28 might not be what you need now, and that's okay. The real question is, what do you want to become now? What impact do you want to leave behind? You're not too old. It's not too late. You haven't missed your chance. Whether you're 30, 50, 75, 90, your life can still be a canvas. Growth doesn't stop with age. Dreams don't expire. Purpose evolves. So ask yourself again, with all your experience, lessons, and resilience, what do I want to be when I grow up? Then take one step toward the answer, just one every day, because becoming isn't a destination. It's the point of the journey. It's amazing. So the reason I'm doing this topic is because I posted it on my Facebook asking, and I guess I thought that most people would understand that I meant like we're always growing and changing, we never stop, right? But some people were like, what are you talking about? We're all adults here, you know? I'm like, hello, Anthony. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we don't stop chasing our dreams, right? So yeah, that's why I'm doing this topic today. Hello, Ahmed. So yeah, I just started with some stuff from ChatGPT. What are they, a poet? Man, that was really nice, actually. But yeah, let's talk about that. I don't think we're ever too old to chase our dreams, right? Some obstacles get in our way, of course, right? But hello, Abbas. All right, you guys, give me a moment. I'm going to share it to my groups. Hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, do you ever get too old to think about what you want to be when you grow up? Or are you constantly evolving, no matter the age, eh? 12, 30, 75, right? Okay, that's too much, Abbas. Give me a moment. I'm going to share it, you guys. You're a teen? Oh, so you're good. Nice. Wait, Anthony, have I talked to you before? Yeah, it's just that when you get old, whatever that means, right? It's all relative. But sometimes I think adults are like, oh, I've stopped growing. Like, what? We literally never stop growing, you know? All right, give me a second. You guys want to share it to my other group? Are you guys counting? 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm back. What's up? What's up? Okay, so thank you guys for being here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It does help me out, and watching videos, right, for a longer period of time. That's the best thing you can do to support people making videos. Okay, Abbas, you're crossing a line. Just be cool, be chill, relax. Okay? Tell me where you guys are from. All right, so Today we're diving into a question that most of us haven't heard in years, right? If we're an adult. A question we were once asked a lot, right? But that kind of faded as we grew older. So, what do you want to be when you grow up? Let me know. How many of you remember being asked that as a kid? I remember that a lot, right? And like, even when I went to university, right? I changed my major. It's not, I don't know. I mean, I get it. Some people like go to school for exactly what they want, maybe, or like just what they're good at. Maybe it's not necessarily their purpose, right? But like, and then they just do it for the rest of their lives, you know? They stay in that career. But yeah, I don't know if that would be their purpose or not. Maybe some people get really, really lucky. But like when I went to university, I had no idea. Like, it's just waste of money, you know, trying to get a degree, and then like it's hard to find a job in your degree sometimes, and yeah, it's a lot. So when we were young, this question was filled with excitement, right? Possibility, imagination. We believed we could be anything, which I think we always should, right? But then something shifted. We grew up, we got jobs, responsibilities. We started thinking more about stability than possibility. But it's very real, though, too, right? We have to be able to pay our bills, unfortunately, you know? You have to be able to pay your rent, or like if you're living with people, you know, to help pay something, right? But yeah, somewhere along the way, the question stopped being asked. But here's something I've been thinking about lately. What if that question was never meant to be asked just once, right? What if it's actually a question we're supposed to keep asking again and again as we evolve? And maybe it won't be the same, like, exact question, right? It could be like, what are you striving to be, right? What are you trying to be? Possibly a doctor. Nice. What kind of doctor? Marhaba, Mustafa. Hello. Hey, Joel from Brazil. Welcome back. Right, Anthony. Thank you. Yeah, please, Abbas, be respectful or take yourself out, please. Hello, Barry. No, that's great. That's very admirable to be a doctor. Just anything in a field of being helpful, right? I mean, I think most careers are like helpful, right? But maybe some are more perhaps meaningful than others. Maybe some are a bit superficial or like focused on materialism, right? Which is not like our human purpose, right? But all right, see, the idea that we're supposed to figure it all out by a certain age is honestly kind of harmful. Purpose isn't a straight line. Exactly. It's not. You pick something at 18, study it, do it for 40 years, and then retire. Yes, I just can't stand that idea, especially in the United States, right? Of, you know, work your butt off until you get like 60 something, and then you can go and do what you want and do what you find, you know, happiness in or purpose in. Like, what? Some people are lucky to live that long, right? And you know, our health is not as good when we're older. So like, yeah, I'm just like, do that stuff when you're young if you can, right? What's going on in Brazil? All right, so purpose shifts. What fulfills us at 25 might not be what drives us at 45. Things change, right? You might discover a completely new passion, skill, or calling in your 50s, 60s, or beyond. Oh, that's interesting. I feel like mine has stayed the same for sure. Like if you know yourself, you know yourself. If you know what you want, you know what you want. I don't know, and I've just never been the kind of person to, yeah, um, follow the crowd. So I've never, you know, been the kind of person to be like, be in school, have a career. No, yeah, it's not for me personally. Hello, Sashin. Sashiri? Sashin. Sashin, I think. How are you? Where are you guys from? Welcome, welcome. So, yeah, some people write novels at 60, or launch businesses after retirement, right? Change careers midlife because their heart just isn't in it anymore. Yeah, some people do stuff just because of like duty for family and stuff. Um, what was geez, what's her name? Adele. um, didn't she start singing or like have her career blow up at like 40 years old? Yeah. So growing up doesn't mean stopping your dreams for sure. It means having the tools, wisdom, and life experience to pursue them more authentically. Yeah, I mean, I certainly think personally, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have spent more time though in my younger years, trying to, do the things that I'm doing now. Like, it's like I'm always doing kind of the same thing or whatever, but like, I wish I would have worked harder towards myself and my goals and purpose, right? Instead of kind of just trying to figure it out or like follow what my family wanted for me, right? So yeah, I think it's always good to encourage people to follow their purpose. Maybe we don't understand it, but it's not our purpose to understand necessarily. I'm from the United States, but I'm in Morocco. Hello, disgusting. Never thought I'd say that. Hello, disgusting. All right, so the next section is like why we stop dreaming. Yeah, why do you think some of us stop dreaming? Hello, Santosh, how are you? So let's get real for a second, or always. Why do we stop asking ourselves what we want to be? Ourselves, too? Not just other people, ourselves? Oh, I hope you guys don't stop asking yourselves, right? So, here are a few reasons that you might hear, and maybe you can relate to some. So, some people will say, like, I'm too old. I do hear that a lot. Yeah. It's too late. That's so sad. I don't think it's ever too late. I have a family to take care of. That's valid, but I think you can still, work that out. I already invested too much in this path. Interesting one. I'm afraid of starting over. Yeah, I've definitely, I think I've heard most of those, yeah. But yeah, so like they're valid, of course, right? Life is complicated, it's complex, we have real obligations. But here's the thing, you don't have to throw your whole life away to start moving toward your purpose, right? You don't have to leap, you can pivot, right? We hear that word a lot. Hello, Sydney. Yeah, I'm from the United States, but I'm in Morocco. Where are you guys from? So sometimes your calling doesn't require quitting your job or moving countries. It starts with a class, a side project, a conversation, a mindset shift, right? It can be the tiniest thing, right? Some people do like really large pivots or changes, but yeah, I think small things build up the same way too, right? So yeah, the biggest lie is thinking that just because you didn't start at 20, you shouldn't start at all. For sure, for sure. Let me know your guys' opinions. What do you guys think of all this? I know my lives are usually a bit later. I know I'm a bit earlier today. So I'm always interested to get like different crowds of people in here. Where you all are from, what's your opinions? But yeah, I go live every Wednesday and weekends. Of course, Wednesday is Wednesday, usually in the evenings. And then weekends, it could be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. But make sure you guys subscribe. So if you want to have deep conversations or learn some of languages. I do some different languages sometimes. Obviously, I'm in Morocco, so I learned some Amazigh, the indigenous language here, and North Africa as well. I did English last time. I am starting a class tomorrow, actually. It's a group class. If you're wanting to learn English or more English, you can check that out. It's in my community tab. But hello, global. What? Oh, I think that means, I think you said it in French, yes? Okay, so what does growing up really mean? Hmm, it's a good question. So let's flip the idea for a second. What if growing up isn't about becoming more serious or responsible, but about becoming more aligned with who you really are? I love that word, aligned, right? You align your car, like your tires, right? You align your spine, right? You can also align with your purpose too. Alignment. What is that, like the planets to planetary alignment? Right? I love that idea. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't completely understand you, Global, but that's not the best way to do it. The best way is to do organically and naturally, do the hard work, put the hard work in. So keep being active, make videos, go live. But you got to put the hard work in. That's the only way. Okay, so what if growing up means finally giving yourself permission to be who you've always wanted to be? Ooh. Yeah, so I'm always amazed at, like, or shocked, you know, that people aren't trying to be in alignment, or aren't aligned, or don't know themselves, or like don't give themselves permissions. I don't understand how at least you can't be trying. Like, some people just aren't even aware. I'm like, what? Wake up. All right, so maybe when you were younger, fear held you back, or expectations, money, the need to be realistic. Oh, I heard that one a lot. Or like, oh, you're so idealistic, bro. Shut up. That's where it's like, encourage people to be in their purpose, not yours. You know? I know it's hard sometimes. All right. So now, you've lived, you've failed. Yes, please. Failure leads you to success, right? So keep failing. You've learned, you know what matters. So, what if this is actually the perfect time to ask, what do I want to be when I grow up? Now, at this point in my life. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So, practical next steps. Man, it is so hot here. I'm like really sweating. And I'm not even in Marrakesh right now. I know Marrakesh. How are y'all doing in Marrakesh if you're in Marrakesh? Oof. I feel like the whole, maybe not the whole planet, but many countries were having heat warnings, or heat advisories. And yeah, it's hot. It was hot yesterday and today. But oh, like, I'm not, like, I don't sweat under normal, like, circumstances. Normal, like, so if I'm sweating, it's really hot. Okay, so let's make this more than just a talk. Let's make it a challenge. Oh, you're speaking my language now. Who else likes to be challenged? I don't know. I think it's a great thing if you can do it like in a loving way, either with yourself or with others, you know? It helps with the motivation and encouragement, right? So over the next week, maybe you can sit down with that question, not just once, but a few times. I don't know. Like, do you have a routine? Maybe when you wake up, you can think about it. But yeah, don't just shove it away, right? Mm. All right. So these are some questions you can ask yourself to like help you think about that. If you're not aware of your purpose or meaning or alignment, right? So what makes you feel alive? What makes you feel alive? What have I always wanted to do but talked myself out of? Ooh. That reminds me of like things that happen that you like brush off because you think it's a coincidence. I don't know. I'm a bit balanced between those two things. Sometimes I think things just happen and whatever, but other times I'm like, oh, that wasn't just a coincidence. I don't know. Who knows, right? Like in my religion, they talk about predestination and free will, right? That you would think that they would conflict, but they actually happen together. But it's just something that we can't understand on this plane of existence, you know. But okay, what have I always wanted to do, but talked myself out of? Can you guys hear out the window? The call to prayer is going on. There was a lot of fireworks lately because it was the Islamic New Year. But yeah, of course, all my windows are open right now. What kind of life do I want to create in the next 5 years? Yes, I love those things. You can write stuff down for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years. I think those are nice because then you can look back and be like, oh, okay, I did this, I did, or I didn't do this, or keep looking at it once in a while, right? Make that a pattern. Some people do it for a year, you know, and keep looking at it throughout the year to make sure they're like on their goals, right? And what legacy do I want to leave behind? Yeah, at any age we can think about that, right? What legacy do I want to leave behind? And don't just think, take one small action, sign up for that course, make that call, research that idea, be in motion. Yes, take action. Because dreams aren't something you had when you were young, they're something you're still allowed to grow into. Yes. AWP in the house. What's up, Achieve World Peace? Hey, the Gnawa Festival was awesome. I'm just really close. I finished editing the video, and I saved it now. But now I wish I had a nice fancy computer, but unfortunately this computer is, well, it's not gonna last me too much longer. So it just gets really hot. I have to keep it on the charger all the time. So yeah, I have to like give it breaks. Anyways, um, so hopefully, inshallah, tomorrow that video, it will be a two-parter. Hola Yasin, ¿cómo estás? So yeah, so the first one will be up inshallah tomorrow of the Gnawa festival, and then the second one probably not too many days after that. But yeah, it was great. It was an interesting experience. Obviously, lots of people, but the music, yeah, it's amazing. Bien, bien, Yasin. We're talking about what do you want to be when you grow up? Because it was interesting. I posted that question on my Facebook. If you don't follow me there, it's Tricia Truth again. Everywhere else, Tricia with the Truth. Or I think you can still find me because it's Tricia Truth again, parentheses, Tricia with the Truth. But yeah, I was surprised that not everyone understood that like you can ask yourself that at any point in your life. Yes, it's a question that we're often asked all the time when we're children, but we should never stop asking ourselves that, you know? Bien. um, más o menos. Bien. Gracias. Disgusting. I love your channel. You don't like Facebook? It's for the older folks, you know. Some of us have had it for many years. But yeah, no, I'm on Instagram as well. But Facebook is nice because you can post something and get like a lot of feedback quickly, you know, with comments. And yeah, Instagram is it's a little bit different. Obviously, I use all of the social medias. I'm on TikTok too. It's Tricia with the Truth everywhere. Disgusting. Have you been here before? I don't remember your name exactly. I think I would remember such a name. I don't know. Or were you here one other time for a short period of time? There was one time where like we kept getting a bunch of weird names at the same time. But oh no, wait, what was our group name, you guys? Hold on, give me a minute. Desert Social Deviants. I still wanna. Can that be our band name? Can we form a musical group called the Desert Social Deviants? AWP, it's a really difficult question. Gives me existential dread. I mean, it's amazing, man. It's amazing. And like I said earlier, if you weren't here, it's just amazing, even more amazing and shocking to me when people like stop asking themselves that question, you know? Like, are you actually content in this moment? Are you actually happy? Right? Are you in alignment? Are you living your purpose? You know? Like, yes, we might not have everything that we have in our mind or our goals or whatever, but like, I think we should be forever striving towards that, you know? But yeah. So remember, growing up isn't a finish line, it's a lifelong becoming. We are becoming, right? So keep asking, what do I want to be? Keep moving toward it one step at a time. That's the thing, man. One step at a time. It's interesting, you know, like with social media or like music. Oftentimes, people will see on social media like all of a sudden people blow up and like they're big, because they're on social media. They're content creators or like they're musicians or something. But you never saw like the hard work normally, right? The hard work that they put in for years, you know. So it's constant action, right? Little by little, step by step. I think of it once a week, usually Monday. For real, like especially if some people are like super into like planning, right, and setting goals. Like some people do like yearly plans, and they sit down maybe every week or every month, and they're like, okay, what am I doing to move towards that goal this week, this month? Okay, I'm doing really good at that, but okay, this I need to work harder at, right? Or like maybe this is doing really well. Maybe I can kind of put that on the side for now. That's gonna keep having motion, right? But this one needs to get some action, right? So yeah, I think I need to do that one more because I think I'm more of like a 5 year, 10 year planner, or like setting goals. Like I write them down, and then I like to go back and look at them every once in a while. But yeah, I definitely could be like, I should do like a year. I don't know. I don't know if I write down yearly stuff. I don't think I write down yearly stuff. But it's more like I'm constantly doing it though, or working towards it, even though I don't write it down for yearly stuff. And I just know that I'm doing it, if that makes sense. But yeah. So that was like the kind of the end of the outline here. Hello, 4748. How are you guys doing? I like I said this at the beginning, but if you missed it, like this is Chat GPT, right? Um, but like I asked it to create like some bullet points on this topic, and like what it created the first time. It created bullet points, but if you read it all together, like it sounds like a poem. So I'll read that again. Okay. When we were kids, people constantly asked us, what do you want to be when you grow up? The question was filled with possibility. Astronaut, artist, doctor, lawyer, explorer, anything was fair game. But somewhere along the way, we stopped asking that question. We grow up, get jobs, maybe follow a path that feels safe or expected. But here's a radical thought. What if that question never had an expiration date? What if you're still becoming, still growing, still discovering your answer? Being an adult doesn't mean the dream is done. It means you're better equipped to chase it. Your purpose isn't tied to your age, it's tied to your willingness to pursue what sets your soul on fire. Woo! What you wanted at 8, 18, or 28 might not be what you need now, and that's okay. The real question is, what do you want to become now? What impact do you want to leave behind? You're not too old. It's not too late. You haven't missed your chance. Whether you're 30, 50, or 75, your life can still be a canvas. Growth doesn't stop with age. Dreams don't expire. Purpose evolves. So ask yourself again, with all your experience, lessons, and resilience, what do I want to be when I grow up? Then take one step toward that answer, just one every day. Because becoming isn't a destination, it's the point of the journey. Okay, ChatGPT, don't take our jobs as artists. Oh my god. How do I actually do write poetry, and enjoy writing poetry. But yeah, that was ChatGPT. You said, I guess I'm an easily satisfied person. I don't crave mansions, yachts, etc. I would really like to do more charity work. No, that's amazing. Yeah, and when I say goals, right, that can be anything. Some people do it like for their job, right, or for their career. But some people plan just whatever that is in their alignment. Yeah. So yeah, I have never been a person who wanted stuff. you know? Like who cares about stuff? Yeah. So yeah, that's never been a desire for me. Just to be stable though, right? To not be stressed out. That would be super helpful for everyone. To not be stressed out about having enough money to pay for basic things. So important. Which is why, yeah, like in one of my previous jobs, the universal base income stuff was talked about a lot, um, which was really nice to see, like those kinds of things being implemented slowly or tested or Like we all know that would like be super helpful. Like not only would it help us individuals, like we would have money to pay for our basic needs, right? But then that would give us the extra money to, eat better. So our health would get better. So then our healthcare systems would do better, right? They wouldn't be inundated with a bunch of sick people, right? People could, save money, invest, and they could, put a down payment deposit on a house. Um, they could start a business. They could um, go to the gym. Like, what was it? I think statistically they were saying people took, because they were tracking some of this stuff, right? People took more trips to like the gym or the grocery store, and like so the proof was because a lot of people would be like, oh, people would just take the money and do stupid stuff with it, but no, actually statistically, right? People took more trips to like the gym and the grocery store, so like healthy stuff, like stuff that we need, you know. Um, So yeah, imagine if we all just had enough money to pay for basic things. Hello, player. I'm from the United States, but I'm in Morocco. Exactly, it's just stuff. Yeah. Player, that's not appropriate, bro. I would like to clean and take care of my neighborhood. Sadly, others don't care and end up ruining. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, that's interesting. Like culturally, um, sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. Just thinking about the time. Yeah, I think I'm still okay. Sorry. Yeah, culturally, um, in the United States, at least in my area, we have these like adopt a road things, and like people volunteer to clean up the roads. And I know, other countries have these kinds of things too, but it's interesting to see like, traveling different countries, like, yeah, the amount of like garbage and litter in some areas. Yeah, it's really troubling. Obviously, that can lead to health issues, pests, like, insects and rodents and stuff. And yeah, I think sometimes it's just they don't have the systems. Like, I know maybe it's a first world problem, right? But like here in Morocco, some places where you live or stay, you can't find like a dumpster near your place, It depends on where you're at, but um, and that could be for different reasons too. But the fact that you have to walk far sometimes just to throw away your garbage, I'm like, but then sometimes I think, okay, well that could be good to not have like pests near your house or something like that. But then it's like, well, yeah, how often do these things get picked up? Or, anyways, yeah. Like the longest apartment I had in the United States, you know, um, the garbage was always right there, like in the parking lot, and the garbage trucks would come get it. I think it's just once a week, you know. But obviously, it's a huge system, But that can cause me to think about a lot of other things that, because where does that stuff go? Goes to landfills, and it's really horrible. But the education in the United States as far as like recycling and stuff is just, it's horrible. Like, and but then also like the systems for recycling is horrible in the United States because people aren't educated enough to use it right or correctly, and then yeah, the way that they pick it up or take it somewhere, it's not often done correctly, or at least that's what I've heard. Um, or like there's some things that you're supposed to do that most people don't do, and then they can't be recycled. Anyways, it's very complicated. But yeah, we need better systems everywhere. um, every charity work I've been in was ruined by careless. Oh, that's sad to hear. RMJ, yes, I've been to Llewellyn High School in Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, I haven't been since early 2000s, but I heard it changed a lot. Oh, actually, probably I was there the same time. I don't know what year I would have been there. I think I was only there one time because it was still a little bit far from me. But where I grew up, where I lived, it's about 2 hours or a little bit less from the temple, though. But yeah, that's interesting. I do follow this one girl on TikTok. She's a new Baha'i, and she was posting a lot of stuff. And she went to Llewellyn there for the first time for herself. But yeah, I wonder how it's changed. Okay, Hamza, relax, bro. Relax. RMJ, where do you live? Do you live in Michigan, or I'm assuming you live somewhere else if you haven't been there for a while? In the 80s? You busted your head on the jungle. Oh no! Ah, Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio. Okay, Hamza. Maybe you should have started with that. Yes, I'm also in Morocco right now. I'm from the United States, Illinois, but I'm in Morocco right now. And it's, man, it's hot. Sweaty. Sunday by high school. Building. Ah. So do you still live in a community there? What? I want to ask you for a plane ticket to come to Morocco. I'm in Morocco right now. Hi, 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 hi. ¿Estás a what Tamazight? Do you speak Tamazight? Don't be ahyod, okay? Relax. Oh, you speak Tamazight? Okay, don't be ahyod. Hi, 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 hi. Okay, well, we talked about what we want to be when we grow up, because hopefully we never stop growing, right? Like, literally, that's what we're all doing right now. We're growing. Hi, 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 hi. So, RMJ, are you in a Baha'i community now? Like, do you have a lot of Baha'is around you still, or 10 Merit? Cleveland Baha'i community has kindness, separation, space. Ah, the building. Ah, yeah. Yeah, the house of worship is amazing in Wilmette, Illinois. Or is it in Cleveland though? Cleveland's a big city, you know? But yeah, I know communities were also trying to like go more into the neighborhoods, right? Like that's our purpose, of course. Humanity's purpose is to, of course, help each other, our neighbors. It's nice sometimes to have like a center and like go there for big events, but other than that, it's like, do we really need a center? Yeah, sometimes you can just rent out a place then for that event then instead of having a centralized building, right? Yeah, it's nice to have neighborhood stuff. I always appreciated neighborhood stuff. Ah, from the 80s. Ah, okay. Yeah, I became a Baha'i um probably 2003, but I found out about it when I was 15. So like I studied it for 8 years. Oh, cool. So your family is Baha'i. That's cool. Yeah, I'm the only Baha'i in my family. I grew up Christian, Lutheran. My whole family is Lutheran. Just it's culture or family culture. Um, Actually, my grandpa though he was Catholic, and then my grandma was Lutheran. So, but then they just decided to go to church together as Lutherans. Um, but yeah, I was always open to religions, and then I made the decision to be Baha'i because it made the most logical sense to me. But also because reading Baha'u'llah's writings, of course. AWP, you said you read about the Baha'i faith. I had preconceived notions and ideas about it, but were mostly false. Uh, yeah, a lot of people just don't know about it. And also, like, if you're in Morocco or like an Islamic country, a lot of times I notice when you Google something, it will give you like the false information. Because as a Baha'i, if you don't know, right, we believe that Baha'u'llah is the messenger for this day. So he came after Muhammad. So of course, like, there's a lot of issues in um, Islamic countries with some of that. But yeah, Hamza, I'm not interested. So I used to go to Midwinter Baha'i. Wait, I used to go to Midwinter too, but we called it Midwinter. But where was it? Jeez, I was so young then. Hmm. Where was Midwinter? I don't think we. I think, man, where did we go? Jeez, did we go all the way to Ohio? I don't know. I went like maybe 3 times. One, two, three. One, two, or three times. I think definitely more than once. But yeah, oh, we had some great times. Like I loved like the hip hop culture infused into stuff too. Hmm. Orangeville Village, Orange Village, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I have to think about where. I don't think it was Ohio then. No, it's too far. I mean, we had to drive. I'm thinking Michigan, Wisconsin. Man, I don't know what happened to. Yeah, it was camping, but yeah, I loved all the like the hip hops. I still love hip hop, of course. Like, hip hop culture is just infused into everything. Baggy pants, yes, it's all recycled now. Like it's vintage now, right? Yeah. Hmm. Camping in Cleveland. What was it? I don't know. Like, so when I was like 15, that's when I first found out about the Baha'i faith. And I think I had just missed, what did they call them? Oh man. Was it workshop fireside? No. Some kind of workshops? I don't remember what they called them, but it was like the dances and wildfire? So wildfire? I think I kind of just missed that stuff. I think. I don't know, but I was still investigating the faith, learning about it, and yeah, I would go to a lot of devotions and pray and firesides and talk about stuff. Yeah, youth workshop stuff. Like, I think they called it wildfire in our area. Yeah, step dance. Yeah, it was so fun. But yeah, I was like, I guess maybe because I think I just missed it kind of, and then I was still investigating too. Um, but then I remember I started Ruhi books studying the Baha'i faith in Wisconsin though, because like where I'm from, it was super close to the border of Wisconsin. So like, because my friend was from Wisconsin, well, she had family in Illinois and family in Wisconsin. So like, I would jump around everywhere, which was really nice. Um, so yeah, I started Ruki in Wisconsin, so that was really nice. Yes, I am in Morocco. It was fun. We were teens living. You were everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, it was nice because like obviously I was a teenager, just going around to different things. You know, you have more energy when you're younger to do stuff. And then yeah, like in my early 20s, yeah, then like I went to China still before I was a Baha'i. But me and my Baha'i friend, we went to China together, which was really nice. AWP said most of what I hear about it is from Egyptians. Because you're in Libya, right? It's very interesting that it has many believers in Western nations. How did you become Baha'i? Were there missionaries near you? No, actually, Baha'is don't have missionaries. Um, I guess we would call them pioneers, but it's a little bit different. Like we don't have proselytizing. Like we cannot proselytize. But yeah, actually, there's Baha'is in every I think every country and territory, or most. I don't remember exactly, but I feel like what is it? India. India has probably the one of the majority. Let me see. Let me look it up, and then I think Congo too. Congo DRC. But yeah, it's just like any other religion, where there are many. It's all over the world, just like Islam, just like Christianity. All right, thank you, Hamza. You said VHS. Yes, I still have pictures too, man. Like in America, I have my picture books. Why does that sound so old? Picture photo album. between like the cultural changes and then the language differences in countries, my brain is, whew. Are you still coming to visit Ireland? I did visit Ireland before. Um, I don't know when I would come again, but like I would like to come again. I would love to come again and learn some of my ancestors' language, you know. But it is so expensive. I don't have the money to like go there and stay there for a while, you know. So we'll see if I can find like a sponsor or something or someone to stay with. But um, let's see. The countries with the largest Baha'i populations are India, the United States, and Kenya. Other countries with significant Baha'i communities include Vietnam, the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, Philippines, Zambia, South Africa, Iran, of course, that's where the Baha'i faith is from, and Bolivia. In the past, Iran had a large Baha'i population, but persecution has led to a decline in their numbers there. Yeah. Unfortunately, some were killed and some have moved, of course. What'd you say? It's a trip to faith has helped me greatly in hospital work. I can relate to anyone. Oh, I know it's such a great thing as Baha'is because we believe everything is connected, right? I mean, which all religions do, right? But it's Islam believes in Muhammad and before, and then just like Christianity, but they believe in Jesus and before, right? So as Baha'is, it's like since we're the newest world religion, I love that we can relate to everyone and know that everyone is connected and not like ostracize other people, you know, or make them feel ostracized or, yeah. We're old, it's okay. The new kid. I couldn't imagine doing a workshop without a cell phones, eh? But you know, we had TV, right? Like our addiction was TV. Yeah. Yeah, I know there are many Persians, Iranians in the United States that are Baha'is. Because many came, I think, as refugees, right? If not immigrating. Give the faith with a streetwise edge, right? No religious movements are interesting to me. I like seeing how a religion forms in real time. Are there different sects in the Baha'i faith? No. So that's one thing that it's all about unity, right? And so I mean I know every religion tries, right? But yeah, we don't want division, you know. Um, Patients get a little mouthy sometimes. Oh, nice talking to you too. Yeah, I go live every Wednesday and weekend, so 2 times in a week. And I'll have a video up about my travels here in Morocco tomorrow, inshallah. So great meeting you. It's so hot. Ugh. But yeah, the Baha'i faith started in the middle 1800s, so new but not that new, right? Okay, awesome. See you then, RMJ. Yeah, I always loved learning about religions too. I took world religions class in university, and I remember, oh, he was such a sweet guy. He passed away some years ago, but He's such a sweet guy. He's from India. And yeah, he was so great at teaching about the different religions around the world. And I was still studying the Baha'i faith on my own. I hadn't chosen a religion yet for myself. And but he knew that I was studying it, you know, and so he asked me to like come talk about it in front of the whole class. I'm like, okay. I mean, like, of course, but you know, when you're younger, especially, and you know, I never liked. I know it's weird, maybe for people to hear that, but I never liked public speaking at all, at all. But yeah, many times, like, social media content creators, like many of us are actually introverts because we're actually talking to ourselves here. You know, even though we're talking to other people, but like we're literally just talking to our camera or phone, you know. But yeah, so I remember doing that. Oh man, yeah, and still, of course, today I still love to go to different religious temples or houses of worship or pray with people. I mean, that's a big thing that Baha'is do too. Like, if you know any Baha'is in your community, maybe they've asked you to come pray with them, like come to their house. Like, you don't have to be any religion. You can be any religion. Like, and like we just want to pray, you know, and have a spiritual environment. So yeah, I would do that at my apartment in the United States. It was awesome. I invited my neighbors and friends, and it was amazing. What's more amazing than, you know, all the peoples of the world, right? Different backgrounds, different religions, different races, different cultures, right? Whatever, being together and praying, having a spiritual environment. Yeah. Yeah. So, Riddle, what's up? How are you doing? I'm like, I was just thinking to maybe end the live. We had a great conversation about um, what do you want to be when you grow up, which is just kind of the same thing of like, just what's your alignment, you know, what's your purpose, what are we always striving towards, our own personal goals and development. And now we're just talking about religion. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I know I started a bit early today, a bit early than I had been going live, but hello, Xylem. Hey, Fuad. Oh, jeez. Okay, my eyes are getting really dry. Had American friends. This friendship allowed me to break out of my egocentricity, hey, with the big words, and discover other cultures, other religions, other ways of thinking, and build mutual respect. Oh, that's really nice, man. Very cool. Yeah, I think America, when we are in our purpose, right? And even the Baha'i faith talks about what America could be if we can get it right, right? As like an example for the world. I mean, we are the world, right? Like in America, you can find everyone together. And when we're doing well, right? When we're in alignment, it's amazing. But right now, it's a bit chaotic. What did you say? The thing that makes Islam stand out, there is that. It is the final and last message from the Lord of Heaven. Yeah, so like in the Baha'i faith, obviously Baha'u'llah came after Muhammad. So we take that interpretation, right, as being a spiritual interpretation, right? Um, that God will continue to send us messengers throughout time because, of course, human beings will continue to grow and change, right? So we will always need new guidance for a specific time period, right? But that title, that label, is supposed to be taken like spiritually and not like, right. That's when misunderstandings and wars happen, you know. When you say AWP, I would like to talk to a Baha'i priest. We don't have them. As a non-believer, I like to hear spiritual experiences. I feel like a blind person having things described to them. Yeah, so we don't have clergy, we don't have imams, we don't have priests, we don't have pastors in the Baha'i faith, which is another thing I absolutely loved. You know, yeah, because the idea of a priest or a pastor or an imam is like that they were kind of the liaison, or the kind of the interpreter or the guide, where other people maybe weren't educated or couldn't read, right? So now we're in the time period of, we're all educated now, or should be, right? And we have the ability, the capacity to educate ourselves. So in the Baha'i faith, you know, we all have our own responsibility to do what we need to do. Right? And so we have obligatory things, right? To read the writings every morning and night, to say the prayers. We have a short, medium, or long, and you get to choose. It's a little bit different than the Muslim religion, but there are some similarities. um, just like Judaism and Christianity, they came closer in time, right? So there are some similarities. So like Islam and the Baha'i faith, there are some similarities too. Like we also have a fast, which I mean, like most religions do. It's just kind of gets changed over time or whatever. But oh, what's your favorite season? I mean, in America, in my city, summer. Morocco, in Marrakesh, no. So right now I'm still in Essaouira, depending on where you're from, you might say it differently. But it's even hot these days. It's just getting hotter. Um, but yeah, yeah. So you're saying variations of other noms. So yeah, that's what a lot of people would say about Christianity, right? If they were Jewish during that time, they would just say, "Oh, it's this is right." And so Christians would say that about Islam. It's just a variation, right? But you know, that's not what happens, right? A new messenger has come, um, and has come for civilization. We do believe in like lesser prophets, like people who come to help certain areas of the world or whatever, right? And who have great things to say and teach. But then we believe that the messengers, right, come for civilization to help guide it. So like that would be Abraham, Moses, Krishna, Buddha, Zoroaster, Jesus, Muhammad, the Bab, Baha'u'llah. I don't know if I missed anybody. Hello. What do you say? I feel like a blind person having Star Wars described. Yes, Star Wars. But you know what? I love Star Trek better than Star Wars. And Stargate. What you know about Stargate? Anyways, I love science fiction. Yeah, no, we do believe that there are prophecies in the Quran um, that are fulfilled by Baha'u'llah. How about Mormons? Yeah, I don't know. Mm, I don't know about what was his name? John, was it John Smith? Joseph Smith? I know that he's not like one of the main messengers that I mentioned. Um, I don't remember. I think like obviously we respect all of that, but I don't remember exactly how the official stance on that. But Mm. Yeah, there's a whole book about that. What is your name? Basal? Um, what is it? Proofs of Baha'u'llah's mission. So you could look that up if you wanted to. Proofs of Baha'u'llah's mission. What's your top three sci-fi franchise? I mean, like, I'm a bit older maybe, but like the shows, like I just mentioned, like Stargate SG-1. Stargate SG-1. Like, what? You can step through a wormhole and go to another planet? Like, are you joking? That's my dream. Like, for real. Like, for real, for real. Oh God. As we said. Unfortunately that's not a reality right now. But like it's one of those unknowns for humanity, right? Like so if we could go explore the universe, what? For real. Okay. But Star Trek, Voyager, of course, female captain, and they were all amazing. Um, and yeah, Star Trek Next Generation, of course. I grew up with that, like Picard, Data, you know. Um, Even Stargate Atlantis was cool. What are some of the other like lessons? Andromeda with the Hercules guy. What was that one? Firefly was like really different and unique, which of course, ended after just a few seasons. But the thing I find interesting about so you can call it the Baha'i faith instead of Baha'ism. We don't call it that. The Baha'i faith is non-engagement in politics. How does it work for you? Yeah, for sure. It's definitely complicated, especially during these complicated times in the world. But yes, the idea is like that politics, unfortunately, are very divisive, right? And so, one great example, I don't know if I can explain it well, but it's like imagine the planet, right? And we're all in these different countries, and maybe on this side of the planet, this certain group, this party, believes in this, right? But then on like the opposite side of the planet, it's the same party, but they maybe believe like the opposite. I don't know. So it's like focusing on our similarities, focusing on working on the issues, focusing on building up our communities instead of bickering or being divisive is the goal. So that's why we really focus on community stuff. If you know anything about the Baha'is and like you see them in the community, they're usually always doing something about like race unity, right? To bring people together, teaching children, um, doing the prayer together, and people will call it whatever they want to call it because like that's the other thing about like we don't have like ceremonies or rituals really, um, because rituals and ceremonies become meaningless after a certain amount of time on the planet, right? So like of course there are like certain core things that we all kind of do, right? And some are required or whatever, right? Um, but we do it in our own way, if you know what I mean. Like um, if you go from one country to the next or one city to the next, you're not going to always find like the same thing, which is amazing. I love that. Gosh, I'm so sweaty. Gosh, I missed some. Let's see. Only saying, but I do believe anyone can believe in whatever they want as long as they don't harm others. Yeah, I mean, at some point we have to disagree, right? Or agree to disagree. Do you like space stuff? Of course. Are you kidding me? I see that people talk a lot about religion. I find it normal. Everyone thinks he is on the right path, which is understandable. Yeah, I think it's just different paths, the same thing, right? The you say Orville by Seth MacFarlane is amazing. Definitely best new sci-fi comedy show. We're all humans. Yes, indeed. People want us to read a lot on the targeted subject and then talk about it. Then people will understand in order to clarify the unknown side of the different religions. Yeah. But uh, you never said any miracle. Yeah, I said the book. You should read the whole book. Proofs of Baha'u'llah's mission. But we also have our holy books as well. Our holy books is the Kitabi Akdas, the most holy book, or the book of laws, and the Kitabi Igan, the book of certitude, um, and then many, many, many others. Baha'u'llah wrote, I think, thousands, and even not all of them are translated. He wrote in Arabic and Persian, Farsi. But yeah. What's your opinion on the movie Interstellar? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that. It's been a really long time though, I think. I think I liked it. I don't remember though. I'm really not good at like remembering. Except like I don't know, like Stargate, Star Trek, like just the stuff that I really connect with. And I guess because I watched it time and time again. Wait, did I miss something else that I wanted to talk about? Oh, what? The Orville? Yo, my eyes are like heavy and dry. Like I need to sleep. But I'm sure it's because I'm so hot. Ah! All the windows are open. So hot. Okay, let me look at the Orville. But what was it? Seth MacFarlane? I'm gonna go stick my head in the freezer. Comedy drama. Hold on. Wait, 2017? Interesting. Wait, is it a TV show? It's a series. Mm-hmm. You know, there it's a certain point that I stopped like watching series. Like the last series I watched was Lost. If you guys ever saw that, I enjoyed. It was a little bit weird, right? But I enjoyed the mystery and the unknown, like trying to figure is it this or this or this, making hypotheses all the time. Um, but then I started watching YouTube all the time. But that does sound really interesting. Wait, what about the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? That's like the funny sci-fi because a lot of times, I don't know if I got into like the comedy sci-fi stuff because I'm like, no, like I'm trying to be in space. What you talking about? Like, don't make it funny, you know, you know. But that one, I really liked that movie a lot. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So funny. 42. That's the answer to the what is it? To the world. I don't remember. You said when and where and who. Okay, it's a lot. But so in the middle 1800s, in Iran, so it started with Baha'u'llah, the glory of God, right? That's what it means. Um, it's your favorite space-related fiction story. Nice. Can you talk truth? I think that's what I'm doing. All day, every day. Interstellar is a great movie. Yeah, man, it's been a long time, no? Interstellar is the best sci-fi drama. Wait, let me. I mean, everybody knows like the song, right? Like everybody plays that song. Interstellar. Movie. 2014. Yeah. Dystopian future where Earth's resources are depleted. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. And a group of astronauts embarks on a perilous journey through a wormhole to find a new habitable planet for humanity. Yeah, I do love that stuff. But like my favorite, and I don't remember all of the details of the movie, unfortunately, but I like, maybe it's just me, but I like positive sci-fi. That's why I like Star Trek. That's why I like Stargate, especially SG-1. You know, um, like I really just, of course, I have no evidence, but I really believe that, aliens are like, or at least we should not have the assumption that they're evil or like gonna do us harm. Like just with anything or anybody, like why not have a positive attitude? you know. Um, One hypothesis could be that if they're more intelligent than us, that hopefully they've had more time to mature and therefore be more positive, But of course, they could be so different from us. Like we can't even imagine that, right? But thank you for joining, Fuad. Nice talking to you. Hope you can join another time. I go live every Wednesday and weekends. That's fair. It's fun to watch fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I was a bit younger, I think when I was a teenager, I was more into. I mean, I was always into Star Trek because like me and my family just always watched Star Trek. We were on it, all of them. um, yeah, I don't know. It's just something that we all enjoyed watching. It was nice. Um, but I remember, what was it? The Profiler? There was two that I would watch like together, and it was like forensics or like, but the Pretender. Oh, it was the Pretender and then Profiler. I think the Pretender was a bit more calm, but the Profiler was like more like forensics and weird stuff. Which like I'm like now I'm like, oh, I don't want to see this. Like I don't know. It's interesting. That stuff changed for me. I'd rather not have like too disturbing or weird things in my face or in my mind. You know what I mean? That's just a change that I had. I'd rather see positivity and like there's something just very moving, like these very powerful messages, right? In sci-fi or just in any kind of a story. Like what was it? Coach Carter. Like I'm not even into sports, but like that one quote that's in it, that's from, was it from actually Nelson Mandela first or so? I don't remember, but just I like positive stuff, like stuff that moves you, you know. Um, uh, yeah, no, Basal, maybe you can, if you go on the official website, you can read tons about it and you can try to understand the history then. But it's Baha'i.org, BAHAI.org. You think I like the Orville? But you have to pay to see it? Shut up. The Office meets Star. Shut up. did you did you see this thing on TikTok? I just posted that on Facebook saying like do it, lady. If you're not on TikTok, you probably, I don't know if he's on, if he posts at other places, but it's like The Office on TikTok. Do it, lady. Yeah. So funny. Just so random. Gosh, more of the fireworks. Um, do it, lady. Have you guys seen that? Chit. His name is Chit. Do it, lady. Yeah. All the time. Or any, or whenever you want. It's just like The Office. So funny. Just random. And he's like the strange person in the office. Um, no, I don't watch horror stuff. That's actually something that I never liked horror stuff. Yeah. When I was a teenager though, I think I would try to like watch stuff with friends, and either I would laugh or just I wasn't interested because I'm like that is so fake. Like how can you like? I start laughing, but then as I got older too, I'm like nah, I don't like that. What are y'all doing over there? Chill. Yeah, you can actually look in the newspaper from the 1800s, Bissau. What is it? Xylem ponytails? That's an interesting name. Some of the names that come through, man. Why am I still sweating? It's supposed to be nicer right now because it's nighttime. Let me see what the temperature is. 72 Fahrenheit. What is that in Celsius? 22. Oh my god. Yeah, but today was like supposed to be like kind of the last hotter day here. And then it cools down again. But I'm assuming it's just kind of like in Marrakesh where it kept getting hotter and hotter, and then even though it like cools down a bit on paper, right, on computer, it still incrementally just feels more um, hot here. But it's definitely not as hot as Marrakesh though. But the biological term for a plant blood vessel. Xylem. Hold on. Hold on. But why ponytails? Plant blood vessel ponytails. Is that your new sci-fi series? Let me. The vascular tissue in plants, which conducts water and dissolve nutrients upwards from the root, and also helps to form the woody element in the stem. What? I don't remember that. Types of transport tissue in vascular plants. The other being phloem. Phlegm? Phlegm. I don't know. Both of these are part of the vascular bundle. The basic function of the xylem, it's a cool name, is to transport water upward from the roots to parts of the plant, such as stems and leaves, but it also transports nutrients. No, that's a cool name though, then. Xylem ponytails, that's cool. What do you post content on here? Creep? That sounds creepy. Right, exactly. Yeah. Hey. Ponytails because ponytail is my default hairstyle. Oh, okay. Like what I'm wearing right now. Okay. I still need to cut my hair. Hey. Cause like it's just too long now where I don't want to wear it down. I mean, sometimes I still do, but then it just ends up getting so I have to put it up, you know? So I need to cut it so then I will wear it down more. Because I don't think it's necessarily always good to keep it up. It can kind of like pull your hair out or lose your hair more or whatever, but Rosemary Baby? Ah, he's copying just new ones are copying the old one. That's what they always say, right? Like for any kind of story, just everything gets recycled. It's kind of the same basic story, but details get changed. It smells like a cigarette. Usually I don't smell that on here. Ponytail 24/7. Do you ever whip somebody with it on accident? If it's like too long and you like turn your head, gotta be careful with that thing. Linda, hello Linda Lewis. I like that name. How are you? Sweating. I have to open more. I should open that door. I never know, like, because I'm not used to seagulls. You know, like in Marrakesh, you get used to cats, right? And I guess they talk about cats here too, but in my experience, I mean, of course you'll see them on the streets everywhere in Morocco, but in my experience, is seagulls. This is the city of the seagulls, okay? Um, and like you can see them, like they land everywhere, just yeah, and like they get really close to like the window and the door there, and so um, you know, my first experience of having little tiny birds in Marrakesh fly into my windows. Of course, I was freaking out because there's a horror movie for you, birds. I never actually saw the whole thing, but you know, just not an experience I ever had. Um, and it happens a lot. Like, I mean, like in the apartment, in a riad, in somebody's house. I mean, like, yeah. So like in America, it's just very different. At least where I'm from, we have screens on everything, and everything is really secure, like tightly secured because our winters are so cold, you know. But we have screens, you know, so like nothing can fly in. Like, of course, there can be some exceptions where like a squirrel gets in because of the what do you call it, chimney or something, or some random animal can get in, a bat or, but like you know, like hardly ever. Just if something like breaks or loosens or whatever, then you know something is broke or loose on the roof or whatever, and you can go fix it. But anyways, so I just don't know. Can seagulls? Would a seagull ever fly into the apartment? I mean, they're big, right? But like, if they smell food or you know what I mean? I mean, they could also like walk in if I have the door wide open there. So yeah, I whip my shoulders with it every time I turn. So you got long hair. 22 Celsius. Yeah, it is. 72 Fahrenheit. Where are you from, Zayla? I'm in Morocco right now. In Eswera. Why does it sound like Eswera? Like a sweater. uh, thankfully, we don't have raccoons and opossums here. Hey. Yeah, one time a squirrel got into our house, in my dad's house. Um, because I think the cover for the fireplace, the chimney, got loose or something like that. And so like he came in on the roof into the chimney and somehow got through into the house. And I remember I was sleeping, you know, it was like the middle of the day. I was like a college student, I think, university student. And middle of the day, and I hear some sound, you know, but I was alone. I knew I was alone in the house because everybody else is at work, you know. And so I'm like, you know, half asleep, and I stumble out to the kitchen, and first I see like a cup, like a tea cup on the floor. I'm like, you know, of course you're like, what? Is there a burglar in the house? Somebody trying to steal stuff or what? And then I see a squirrel on the counter in the kitchen. I was like, oh, hell no. I don't remember what happened. I think he ran, and then I don't remember if he ran down the basement and I shut the door, or he ran into the other room and I shut the door. But either way, I got a door shut and then waited for my dad to come home and trap it. Oh, Now, was there something else too? Was there one other animal that got in? But I grew up out in the country too, in the rural area, so like maybe it could happen more often than in the city, but I can't remember. I know we had like a cow and a goat come to our door before. Or like I remember seeing like there was a bunch of cows just in our front yard eating the grass. I'm like, like they obviously got loose or broke free. My city usually gets to 39 Celsius, 102 Fahrenheit. Hey. But now it's raining a lot, so it's now dropping into freezing. Freezing? 73. Man, that sounds nice. In our rural areas, we have African golden wolves. Oh, and striped hyenas. Ooh, you hear them at night. Wow, do you have to be careful about the hyenas? I'm used to wolves a bit in the United States. I feel like they tend to stay away from humans, at least in my area. Um, I want to say, I think we have wolves and coyotes. Um, but hyenas, when I was in Kenya, I remember I was in the rural area there, and like they were serious. Like we cannot stay outside in this dark. Like let's go. And like then you could hear them too in the distance. Like, but yeah, do you have to be careful, or are they really far? But Xylem, what country are you in? Yeah, I think today and yesterday it was just like 80, 83. So it's actually not that bad. Like, I mean, like in my city, if it's 80 or 83, that's like perfect for me. So I don't know why, maybe just inside here, it's a bit warm. I need to open everything up. I want to open that door, I think. Yeah, AWP, man. Yeah. Oh, you're in Indonesia. Nice. Yeah, they're very dangerous. Yeah, man. Yeah, because you see all that stuff on YouTube, with their big old jaws and like that's like the stereotype, right? In movies, they don't actually do that. I mean, and they're very cool creatures for sure, but like there are just some animals you just don't mess with. Yeah, like I'm the type of person where I don't need to go on a safari. I don't need to do that. I can let the animals be, like let's just let them be. I don't need to go and see them. I can see them on video. Oh man, I see so many, of those videos, or friends send them to me sometimes of like, the animals like jump on the safari car or van, or like, oh no, yeah, I'm okay, I'm good. Some gigantic Komodo dragons. Hey, I think I've seen them in some other countries. Are they dangerous though? Or if it's the same lizard um, that I've experienced before, they usually run from humans, yeah? But you don't want to mess with them, but Indonesia also has the frightening and fierce little orangutans. Ah, they're strong, eh? Hmm. Are they like in the wild? Like you have to be careful outside too? I'm assuming if you're in the rural area. Oh, yeah, I know on in videos, like orangutans look very friendly and intelligent, but it's like they're still wild animals. Like you can't trust, you know what I mean? Like I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, but yeah, it's another thing. Like if you have a community where you live right next to nature, or you kind of live with the animals, then I get like there's some kind of understanding, and sometimes you have an understanding. Maybe you don't have a friendship, right? But you have an understanding of how you work together or whatever. But yeah, they're only on certain islands. Ah, oh, that's good. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, in my city, it's nice. It's like I was just writing something today about that. Like where I'm from in the Midwest in the United States, it's like a perfect place that doesn't really get natural disasters. Just once in a while, it can have tornadoes, but usually they'll just stay in the sky. They often won't touch down. And if they do, once in a blue moon, they usually won't destroy much. Like it's very safe. And then like we don't really have any wild animals that are really dangerous. Um, so yeah, it's like a really safe place to live, I think. Um, AWP in the desert. Some people believe in what's that? Oh, oh, is that like Sasquatch or the what do they call it? The Yeti, Sasquatch, Sasquatch, Yeti. Ah, what's another word for Sasquatch? Bigfoot. Bigfoot, is that what you're talking about? Or something like that? I wonder if every culture has the same thing or something similar, maybe? I don't know if I believe in it or not because I don't know. I've never, like, it just doesn't seem like a widespread thing that people have experienced. Your place only has cats, dogs, house lizards, millipedes, bleh, rats, chickens, oh, snakes. Be careful. Are they dangerous or they're okay? Yeah, what kind of? I guess we don't have millipedes or maybe centipedes though or something like that. Yeah, like some houses. Oh, they really have them. Yeah, there's one YouTube channel that I watch sometimes, or there's a couple that yeah has hyenas. And he's like friends with them. Just I mean, like it's a sanctuary. They're not his pets. They're um, he's taking care of them. Um, yeah, and they're very interesting creatures though for sure. But yeah, like wild animals, we should let them be unless they're like orphaned or injured or something. Ah, I was like believe in it since thousands of years. Is it the same thing I mentioned, like Bigfoot? Found some bunnies once. Bigfoot, yeah. You can see pictures of it on the internet. Like it's a big. Wait, what? It's like a dog, wolf, gorilla hybrid. Bro, what? Dog, wolf, gorilla. That's new. Hold on. What if I put in Amazigh Bigfoot? Will it understand me? What's almas? Almas? What's that? We also have termite season. Oh, on certain parts of each year where termites are flying everywhere. Oh, man. The cockroaches bother me here, man. I mean, when you travel to warm climates, to hot climates, it's Yeah, it's expected. Like, but man, some of them big. Eey, got me itching and stuff. I seen a couple that were really big here. In Marrakesh, though, in the apartments, I would just see the small ones. Just the big ones would be like on the floor level or the ground level. Oh, that's Mongolian. Oh, okay, wait. But when I was in China, though, China, that was the biggest cockroaches I ever did see. Ugh. And you could bop them, and they would still like. You think they're dead, and then you look over, and they're gone. Oh. I'm not finding it. Maybe I can ask on Facebook. We don't really have that many animal-related mythological creatures. Most of our mythological creatures are either demons or human spirits. Ah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, every culture has something in like all of those realms. Wait, what did you said? Dog, gorilla, and what? Dog, wolf, gorilla. What? It's like Google doesn't understand. Hmm. No, I can't find it. I don't know. I'll have to ask on Facebook. Or what should I type? Just dog, wolf, gorilla? I can't find anything on. Maybe I need to have the name. Or no, wait, dog, wolf, gorilla? Likely refers to comparing the. No. Mm, I don't know. I can't find it. Oh, that's the name. Okay. I forgot about that word. Okay. Did you guys like my laugh? What? What? Where hyena? Hold on a minute. Why does the like a werewolf? A werewolf? No, but that's not a gorilla. But this one, were hyena? Is it part hyena too? No. This one. I'm still sweating. What is that? That doesn't look like what you said. Oh, a shapeshifter. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. You know, the some of the Native American cultures have this in their what do you call it? History or background. Like I think they call it shapeshifter or yeah. There's a name for it. Changeling, but there's another name. Um, can't think of the word. Mm, it's on the tip of my tongue. Skinwalker. I thought there was another name for it. Hmm. No. Anyways, yeah. Interesting. Interesting stuff. You sound like an engine. Thanks. Yeah, it shapeshifts and acts like a human, but they can't speak naturally. I guess it's just like the ancient way to teach people not to talk to strangers. Mm. Mm. Interesting. I was thinking it also could just be this, if we want to try to explain it logically, maybe it could be like things that I don't know, things that we see but are not sure of what they are, or like maybe it could be a mutation. I don't know. But also just like, yeah, thinking you saw something, but it was just like a shadow or a combination of like the bush, the grass, and the animal, and then things get exaggerated. Some people are really good at exaggerating and telling stories. I don't know. Could be a lot of explanations, but I don't know. Like, there are definitely things like in the ocean that we haven't discovered, right? That like we keep finding out it's new. So it's like maybe there could be other stuff that's like really good at hiding from us. I don't know. I don't know. You would think like just like with alien stuff, right? People get videos, pictures of stuff, right? But like the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, or any of these mythological creatures, like um, I don't know. And maybe it's just something I haven't really followed, but it's interesting to think about. And it's interesting that, yeah, like a lot of the different cultures have something very similar. But yeah, like tricksters take many forms. Oh, that's really deep too, huh? Like a trickster can look like shiny and nice and doo doo doo, right? But they can actually be a monster or some crazy creature to hurt you, right? Yeah. Explain why they found strange skeletons. What? Like what? People make things up too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard because, like, yeah, I mean, if you've ever had like friends or family or someone close to you see something, or yourself, right, then the experience is going to be different. But if you haven't had kind of like that personal or close um, experience, then it's kind of like, you know? I don't know. But like with aliens, I've definitely seen something. Now, it could be explained by it was this or that, or it was, whatever, fine. Oh, did it blink out? I don't know what you guys heard. But yeah, I was saying, I've definitely seen maybe two or three things in the sky in the United States. One was actually like a whole Midwest, like it was a shared experience, you know. And I think maybe they tried to explain it, but like it was on the news too, you know. And some of that stuff, um, those shared experiences, like in was it mm, Mozambique with the children? I think maybe we talked about that one time. The one in Florida, like the shared experiences is harder to dismiss it, you know. But yeah, the past comment about what? I think I read all of them. The skeletons. So what did they find specifically? Something specific? Still trying to think of that word in Native American, in one of the Native American languages. um, I don't know. Do 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 do. The comment before it. Yeah, I read that one. Just the ancient way to teach people. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, stories and analogies, proverbs, folk tales. Such a powerful way to teach your young ones. Like some of my students, we were working on a story, or a few stories, like in a series about the Anansi, the spider, from a Ghanaian folktale, folklore. Um, you know, and he's like a trickster, you know, but teaches teaches important lessons. Should I go to sleep? It's almost 5 a.m. Yes. Girl, are you a girl? I don't want to like miss, but I want to be like, yes, girl, go to sleep. A cheap world peace. Are you asking me or telling me? What? I didn't see that one anywhere. I didn't see that comment anywhere. Religion rules um about the Sasquatch, the shapeshifter. I don't understand. You're 22. I can still be a girl. No, but just even if you're a woman, right? Like I say to my woman friends, my lady friends, girl, you know. Oh, yes, girl, go to sleep. 5 a.m. Take care of yourself. Welcome, welcome, you know, on Wednesdays and weekends though. Subscribe, make sure you can get the notification when I go live. You're always welcome. We can learn more about Indonesia. AWP, tell me more about what you're saying, man. I don't know what you're saying. You had a question or a comment? Or... Okay, girly. Sleep well. That word, even if it's not a Native American word, like it's a very unique word. How to say Bigfoot in no. The creature has a religion or law where they are forbidden from breaking their boy. I must say, girl, boy. Are you a boy? I don't know, but huh? Okay. That's too much. Chietanka? No, that's not what I was thinking about. Lakota? Chietanka. Do you ever just you have something that it's gonna bother you until you figure it out? And it could be. I was like, oh, that felt good. I have a breeze. There's something that I can't remember, and it's not like an English word. Jeez. Synonyms for Sasquatch. Shapeshifter. Bigfoot. Changeling, Yeti, Wildman? Grassman? What? Creepy. So creepy. We also have an Amazigh Bigfoot. Oh, okay, wait. So this creature you're talking about is not a Bigfoot. It's a just like a animal mixture. Oh, abdominal snowman. That's the Yeti. Yeah. So interesting. Abominable snowman. Such a crazy name. Chupacabra. Oh, maybe that's just the Spanish word. Hold on. Chupacabra. The chupacabra is a legendary creature in Latin American folklore, often described as a fearsome, blood-sucking beast that attacks and... Oh, okay. Oh, especially the livestock. Oh, you know what, though? That makes me think about... Didn't they have a bunch of problems with the cows in at least in the United States, I think? Like all of a sudden a bunch of cows were like mutilated and maybe they thought it was aliens. Oh, what if it was just aliens back in the day too? Anyway. Ew, it means goat sucker. See? Ew. Chupacabra. Gross. Disgusting. Where is disgusting now? Eh? Where is disgusting now? The one guy, his name was disgusting. Mm, 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 mm. night. What is it? Well, still more fireworks outside. A vampiric animal. But like what? What kind of animal? What kind of animal? Ay, these pictures. A cryptid? Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know it had like a name for it. Means a creature whose existence is rumored but not scientifically proven. Hmm. Interesting. Creepy stuff. Creepy, creepy. It's a little bit too creepy for me. I'm good. I'm good. Let me close all my tabs. Too many tabs. Interessante. Okay, well, we went far today on a few different topics. It's strange, even in our culture, the Bigfoot is a gentle giant. Interesting. Just don't disturb him. I guess Bigfoot is a shared human experience. So interesting. Yeah, I don't hear. Actually, yeah, I don't hear anything like negative about Bigfoot. Just that he's like maybe, and he's on his way. He's doing his thing. He's mysterious. Yeah. Hairless dog? Hmm. Divided by languages, united in Bigfoot. No, AWP. Why you gotta be so poetic in the crazy stuff too? Oh god. Ugh, it's so hot. Yeah, I read a weird stuff. All of the weird. Is that like Santa Claus? Like, just all these made up stories to like teach or scare or I don't know. But was Santa Claus based on a real saint? I guess about giving. It's like why they gotta lie to us as children? Oh, something did bite me. See, I knew I felt something, but not like that. Not a horrible bite, but something is here. Again, not like that. But I could feel it. Ugh, it's getting hot, and then all the bugs come out. We need a Bigfoot religion. Wait, what's this? What is it? Spaghetti? Meatballs? Some religion with some crazy name. Bishop of Mira? What's that? Yeah, based on a real thing. Yeah, yeah. Something bit me. I was itching. I thought I was just like hot and like sweating, but something I was itching. There's like a little dot. Red dot. Oh, I don't like that. Ew. What was it? Where are you? I'll get you. I'll get you. Oh, it wasn't one of the crazy creatures. I feel like I did hear a mosquito here one time. Not right now, but like one time. Papa, like Noel. Hmm. Do you guys have that? Yeah, I've heard different names for Santa Claus too. Peaches. The heck? Is it another one too? See, I knew I spelled it. That's creepy. Oh, these crazy bugs. I want to run from here now. No, I know they were, I could feel something, but just that they're small then, whatever they are. Gross. Very gross. Anyways, Papa Noel is the name of an old saint. Oh, interesting. It's a little Bigfoot. I just imagine a tiny little Bigfoot running. Thanks a lot, you guys. Oh gosh, I'm so sweaty. Okay, I'm going to run for real because I'm sweating too much. I'm gonna put my head in the freezer for a little bit, open the door, eat some food. Still looking around like, what was it? Show yourself. Okay. What else did I want to say? Just I'll have the first day of Gnawa Festival up tomorrow, inshallah. If my computer can do it. It's on its last leg, as we say. Oh, if anybody still wants to join the English groups, that's starting tomorrow night. Moroccan time at 6 p.m. I did post about that in the community tab too, with the link if you want to book it. You can book one lesson or all 5. If you book all 5, then I'll have a private Facebook group and Facebook chat where we can practice our English too. If you know anyone who's interested, I'm doing that for 5 weeks, every Monday for 5 weeks. Just 10 spaces available. So, what else? Yes. I think that's it. I'm going to go look for insects now. And not Bigfoots. All right. Well, thank you guys as always for teaching me some new stuff and great topics. Of course, we started with what do we want to be when we grow up and, talking about development and just always striving for what we want to be. We talked about religions, countries, weather, all the Bigfoots and creatures, the sci-fi. Amazing. All right, well, what's today? Sunday, right? So I'll see you guys Wednesday. So if you're seeing this or later or now, obviously I go live every Wednesday and weekends. Wednesday is Wednesday. Weekends could be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm also thinking about trying something else. Going live on maybe some different days too, but it would be different. It would be like a co-working vibe, if you guys know what I mean. Like if you need to study or want to study or need to do some work, then it's like a silent co-working time. So it's like I would be live, but I would be working. And then like the idea is whoever is watching would be also on the other side working. And so I don't know if you guys have ever done that before, but there's lots of co-working things online and in person. But I'm thinking about that. But yeah, that's it. As always, You know, please subscribe if you're new here. Watch some other videos. Good night. Achieve world peace. Yeah, but where can I find Orville for free? I don't have any subscription or anything to anywhere. I just watch YouTube because it's free. But I'll see if I can watch it somewhere. Sounds interesting. But good night, you guys. Tumitsi Win. Wan An. Buenas noches. Buenas noches. Usiku mwema. All of the languages. All right, see y'all Wednesday. Bye. Sleep well. Think of positive things. Don't think of the creepy things when you're sleeping, okay? Do that. Think of, what can you think of instead? Exploring space with a band called Desert Social Deviants. Can somebody make a cartoon of the Desert Social Deviants exploring space together? That's what you can think of. Okay. Good night, guys. Bye. Take care. Appreciate you all.